Welcome to Toffee TV. It is time for the breaking team news. The team is just about to come out from Everton. Someone's already put the team they think is the team today. We'll have to wait for about 30 seconds to find out whether it is the team. I just keep on refreshing. Yeah, interesting weekend so far. Chelsea getting a draw, Villa behind us getting a draw. If Everton can get a win here, it would be huge win for the team if we could. I think the team news is just about to come out. Here we go. So here we go. The Everton team is Jordan Pickford, Mason Holgate, Michael Keane, Ben Godfrey, Luca Dean, Alan, Gomez, Davis, Iwobi, Richarlison, Calvert-Lewin, a bench of Virginia, Tyra, Sigurdsson, King, Mina, and Kunku, Coleman, Broadhead, and Yango. So at least the substitute bench is looking a bit stronger. Yeah. I'm a bit surprised that Iwobi has kept his place, but the manager obviously looking for that width. And obviously there was a little bit of well, Carlo was having a bit of a laugh about him yesterday, wasn't he? Saying about he didn't know what his best position is. There's the team, as you can see on the screen now. So obviously, same back four that we've been playing in the last few weeks. Alan and Davis will sit. Well, Davis will sit. Alan will press, and Gomez will do whatever Gomez does. And then it'll be either Iwobi playing off the right, Charlison playing off the left, or Dominic Calvert-Lewin in front, or Iwobi maybe playing in that number 10 role. We'll have to wait and see. But whatever it is, we need 3 points today. It doesn't really matter. We need 3 points because, as I said there, the results have been quite kind to us so far. We could win, then we pull within the win at Chelsea, and we've got a game in hand. And obviously Villa behind us, just conscious of the teams behind us as well. They drew with Newcastle, so that was a good result as well. So let's have a look what you're saying in the comments. Brian says Iwobi, WTF. Lester the King says Iwobi and a weird face. Jamie says think a diamond with Iwobi at number 10. Maybe. That boy says diamond with Iwobi at number 10. Question mark. Fair enough. Do you think Carlo will play Iwobi as number 10 in the 4-3-1-2? That's from Michael. Cameron says 4-3-1-2, I'm guessing. Possibly so, unless he's going to go back to the 4-3-3. Noah says, are you ignoring that the guy at the start absolutely nailed it? Well, that's because it was the lineup, because he knew it. Because, you know, they don't just put the line out an hour before. They do know what the lineup is, and it gets leaked. Elliot says, I'd like to see a diamond. Thomas says, Iwobi has something to prove. Yeah, I suppose that's something. The manager's put him in there, and he has got something to prove. It's whether he can prove it or not. That's the thing. He's got to go out there and do the job, hasn't he? Grant says, would love to see Coleman in midfield than Iwobi. But Coleman's not really going to give you that attacking strength that you're looking for. Elliot says, Diamond works wonders on Football Manager with these players. Random Upload says, I'm going for a 2-0 or a 3-1. True Blue Order says, Iwobi needs to prove himself today after the comments on Instagram. Yeah, absolutely right. He does. Jono says, best team we can play. Lots of people saying Iwobi might be playing number 10 in a preferred position. Yeah, the only issue I've got with that, and it's not an issue as such, it's just just the evidence that we've seen in the last couple of games, is that we do lack width because of that formation. We need someone else who can almost play like Richarlison on that left hand side and let Richarlison be up front. Still, no. There is no... Listen, King, the manager, might be looking for King to prove himself. And he hasn't so far. So, you know, that's at the end of the day, the manager can only go on what he sees in training. The lad came in on deadline day, and maybe he hasn't done enough in training. Maybe the manager's quite calm about the whole situation. Maybe it isn't a case of proving himself. Maybe it's a case of just when the opportunity arises. At the end of the day, we didn't bring him in to be a starter as such. We brought him in to be backup. Now, I'm just trying to think. We've got Man City next week. He probably wouldn't start in that. And then we've got an international break, and then we're into the running. Then maybe with training and stuff, the opportunity will arise. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't want to see players get injured, for them to get into the team. But I mean, the likelihood we've had players injured in every other position, so why not? People ask me for a score prediction. I don't do score predictions because what's the point? What's the point? It's a prediction. There's no factual base on it, but base in it whatsoever. Someone saying Nkunku can play on the wings. I mean, there's absolutely zero evidence of that, is there really? Just apart from a couple of run-outs against lower league division. Phil says, waiting for Iwobi to play in his preferred position and still not put in a performance. He literally has one good game in 5. That ain't good enough. No, it isn't good enough. You're absolutely right. Last of the Corinthians says, if Iwobi does play as a number 10, I hope he flips for undermining Carlo with public comments. Tom says, agree Richarlison needs another Brazilian like Firmino to help him out. I mean, I don't know if he needs another Brazilian. Doesn't have to be strictly Brazilian, does it? Yeah, there you go. So, I'll just put that. There we go. That's the team again. Pickford, Holgate, Keane, Godfrey, Dean, Allen, Gomez, Davis, Iwobi, Richarlison, Calvert-Lewin. Tom, you're absolutely right. The ball is round. That's probably the only prediction you could ever put into a football match. And yet, someone will probably say it's not round. There's some kind of. I am slurping. I'm drinking my tea. It's hot. I've got a slurp. I'll just move away from the mic. Hang on. I've actually also got an orange twirl. There you go. But I'm not gonna eat that because I'm gonna wait till I finish this. Listen, the thing with Iwobi is he does provide something, or has provided something in the past that other players haven't. So it's up to him to do it. So we'll have to wait and see if he can do it. I mean, I don't think the earth is flat, but I don't also think it's a solid circle either. Let's get the Burnley team up. So the Burnley team is Pope, Lawton, Tarkowski, me, Peters, O'Neill, Westwood, Brownhill, Goodmunson, Wood, and Vidre. Yeah. They've only made one change since their last game. Eric Peters coming out left back for injured Charlie Taylor. So they've kept a consistent team. True Blue Order. I haven't had a winter Twix. What is a winter Twix? I seen a zebra Kit Kat yesterday in the shop. I seen it, which was white chocolate and dark chocolate. I mean, Bas would have an absolute. He'd run for the hills. Wormy Spoon says the earth is an obiate spheroid. Fair enough. I knew it wasn't completely. It's one of them. If you've ever seen that picture of when they take the earth and they like take the water off it, and it's just like a bobbly thing. It's weird. Jono says Burnley are fighters. Iwobi doesn't have the resilience for this. Well, maybe he doesn't, but we'll soon find out, won't we? We'll soon find out what he's made of. I mean, it's not like Burnley come and kick you off the pitch, is it? It's not like that at all. Like, if they foul him, he'll get a foul. You know, that's generally how it works. So we'll wait and see. Matt, we haven't got many options at the moment, have we? Let's be honest. We're not brimming with players at the moment. James says, any pre-match superstitions? No, I don't have any because they're nonsense. Tobias says, unpopular opinion, bounty is good. I like bounties. And I cannot lie. God, this Crystal Palace West Brom game is awful. Warzone says, why did you stop doing watch-alongs? Because, to be honest, most of the watch-alongs we did were only because the games were kicking off at 6 and we were in the studio. And it just made sense to just do them while we were at the studio and then do our after videos and go home. And that was why. And then this season, we like to have consistency, so we didn't want to go, well, we'll do some games as watch-alongs and some we won't. So we just thought, no, we won't do any watch-alongs. I'm going to try and convince Baz to maybe do one for the last game of the season, the Man City game. Just a watch-along. Not like a all mad loon one like you see other people do. Just to sit off and watch the game because it's the last game of the season. We'll wait and see. But this is a big chance to get up the table, isn't it? It's certainly, after Monday night's disappointments, it's a big chance to close the gap again. Yeah, I'm just having a look. Elliot says, I have a weird superstition for the game. I make sure my mate has put an Everton jumper on her dog and we've won every game she's put it on him. But yeah, there you go. Make sure you do more of that. You can't get enough dogs wearing jumpers. Yeah. Tom Smith says, thought King would have got a go today. Yeah, maybe the manager just sees him as an out-and-out striker and just isn't interested in playing him out wide or anything. So it's up to him to come on and do something, isn't it? Andy says 3 points is the main objective today. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's 3 points. Nothing else matters today at all. Just get those 3 points and move on. Because, yeah. But it'd be nice if it was a little bit more convincing, wasn't it? Brian Garside says, thought Dominic Calvert-Lewin was unfit against Chelsea. Surprised he starts today. Danny Monarch says, no Bernard on the bench. Interesting. Feel like a Diamond can't work unless we have attacking right back. Would have liked to have seen Coleman start. Diamond with Iwobi with the tip. I'd guess, yeah, that's from Owen Peters. Well, maybe that's what it is. We'll have to wait and see how it all comes out. James says, Ped, hang on. Going too fast. Hang on. Where are we? James says, Ped's on the thought and weird journalist saying John Philippe Grammer won't ever play for Everton. He's not a journalist. It's a fake Twitter account. It's not I don't understand why people still think that Twitter account is real. It's not real. It's not a journalist. It's a fake Twitter account. So, not really sure why people think that's real and still believe it's real. There you go. Mitchell Bousel, did Ped ever go to Med? What does that mean? I've no idea what that means. What's Med? That could stand for a lot of things. Just going to get rid of someone on the comments because he's an absolute tit. And you'll never see him on this channel again in a bit. Sam Gower, you've gone. Unlucky lad. You're never coming back. Cannot stand Holgate at right back. Prefer Godfrey there. That's from Steve. Come on, James. Don't fall for stuff like that fella. Do you know, sometimes you get stuff right because it's just like connecting the dots or putting out other stuff. I don't know whether it's not like fake as in like it puts fake news out. I think it tries to be genuine, but it's not a fake. It's definitely not a real person. What are your thoughts on Nathan Broadhead? Doesn't seem to have got a chance like Anthony Gordon. That's from Aaron. I don't think he's good enough. That's probably why. I don't think he's like 21, isn't he now? He'll leave in the summer and go somewhere like the Championship, I'd imagine. Mitchell says Med opposite the pleasure rooms. No, never. Don't go. I've never gone to clubs. Never been a clubber. I just used to go to like bars and stuff where you could just go in, have a few drinks, and then come out. Liverpool's had so many, especially when I used to go out, had so many bars that were like clubs, but you didn't have to pay to get in. You weren't locked inside. And they were the kind of places I loved. I wasn't ever a clubber. Davis saying, why put Dom Davis in the team? Because he's been one of our most consistent players in the last 3 months, and he doesn't really give the ball all the way. I mean, the stats prove that. Paul says we need pace. Pedro Neto in the summer, please. Yeah, there's a lot of talk. Not a lot of talk about him coming to us, but a lot of people obviously noticing how good he is, and Wolves won't want to sell him. You know, really at all, will they? They've got ambitions next season of doing what they've done for the last last season. So, I've told, listen, if people are going to spam the comments, they're going to get lashed out the comments. So don't spam the comments. That guy said Liverpool best night out in UK, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people seem to think that. When I was on the cabs, the amount of people who used to come to Liverpool on stag do's and hen nights was unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. They absolutely love Liverpool because it's got so many bars in such a small area as well. It's got so many bars, whereas like Manchester, you have to like walk a bit of a distance, or you know, London's all different bits. Nottingham apparently is good. To be honest, the only place I've ever been is Liverpool on night out. Been to Dublin, but just far too expensive. Paul says, how is King not getting a start? Must be a terrible trainer. Well, maybe he hasn't done enough. Maybe he hasn't done enough to convince the manager. Simple as that. Dominic says, if you had to pick 3 positions that Everton need to upgrade, which 3 are they? Right back, right midfield, or left midfield. A winger who can play both sides, and another centre midfielder, like the core. Yeah. Gene Hessel says the good old days. Yeah, I mean, the good old day. Everything's the good old days as you get older, isn't it? The youth, being young, will always be the best part of your life as you get older. So when you look back at things. James says, did you enjoy being on the cabs? Bet it was a lot. Do you know what? Do you know when I stopped being on the cabs? I did miss the feeling of going out on being out on like a Saturday night. Like, it was mad because I hated working Saturday nights, but once you were out and once you got into town and stuff, and once you started like talking to people and being in the city, it was like it's like a weird feeling. It's like you're part of something. It's weird to it's like you're part of like everything that's going on, but without having to get drunk and waste loads of money. Very. It's a strange feeling because people probably go, "Oh, you're just working and stuff," and I don't know whether other people feel like that who work in bars and stuff. But it was a good laugh at times. Sometimes it was like when I worked on Uber, it was boss because you knew that anyone who got in was going to pay, and there was going to be no trouble from them, or there shouldn't be any trouble from them. And it was really good. You go out and you know that all you'd have to do is go to work, and you'd come home and you'd be pretty safe. There you go. Aaron says, your thoughts on training sessions? Apparently Moyes' sessions are very tiring, and I think West Ham are benefiting. Well, West Ham are just doing exactly what Everton did when he was the manager of us. Worked hard, training sessions, hard. Players all knew what they were doing. Set pieces were dead important. And they're reaping the benefits. The difference is, and I say this about a few teams, is I think our ceiling's higher than West Ham's. But it's getting there, isn't it? It's getting to that place. Mitchell says a cab driver can make your night a lot better. They can do if you've got a good cab driver and you get out the car and you're smiling, you're happy and you've had a bit of a laugh and they haven't put you on a downer because they won't like have your music on and all that kind of thing. They can set up your night. They can. You get out that car and you're feeling happy. Then the mad thing is most people used to have, it was like if I picked them up in like places like the pub to go to town, they'd be absolutely bouncing already and all he wanted was the music on and all that kind of thing, and I used to just stick the music on. Hi Cam. I used to just stick the music on, whatever they wanted, and as long as they weren't idiots and weren't bouncing the car everywhere or doing anything stupid, then I had no problems with them. You used to have a good laugh. And don't get me wrong, I'm glad I don't have to go out to work till like 6-7 o'clock in the morning anymore, but it was a good laugh. And I do miss, I know it doesn't really matter now, but I did miss like being around town, that feeling on a Friday night, or Saturday night, sorry. I could be like, bouncing around, but it is what it is. Who's that? Meg, hey Pete, been loving your videos a lot with links from Max Aarons, also links with Isco. This is a big game, Liverpool and Tottenham 3 points behind and Chelsea draw. It is a big game, these are the games we've got to win. Game like this, game like Crystal Palace are about, well, they have just beaten West Brom. These are the games we've got to win. Because the likes of Tottenham will be tough. West Ham will be tough. Arsenal will be tough. So the likes of Burnley at home, Crystal Palace at home, Brighton away, Sheffield United at home, they've got to be won. They have got to be won. Because these are they're not guarantees, of course, they're not. So Tom says, so is Toffee TV your main job? Yeah, this is my job. This is mine and Baz's job. This is what we do for a living. Don't worry, lads, if there's anything in the comments that is, bad, the person will be lashed off the channel. Simple as that. Aaron says, do you think 9 points in the next 3 will secure us Europa League? No, I think we need at least 5 wins. We have to get above 60 points. We have to get above 60 points for me to get, if we're going to get Europe. Bobo, I'd definitely never try to recruit anyone to dodgy churches or anything. True Blue Order giving £10 tips out. Mitchell, Toffee TV Picks is coming, mate. It's coming. That's going to be our new. That is definitely coming. Toffee Picks. It's coming in the next couple of weeks. I think it might actually start next week. So keep your eye out for it, everyone. It'll be a new video, and we need you all to sign up for it. It's going to be a new, like a predictor game. You might have seen it. Other channels have been doing it. You basically have to predict 6 scores, and there's money to be won every week, and prizes, genuine. Like I think there's like a prize pot of like £500. I know, like the likes of Arsenal Fan TV giving away like mad numbers, but I think there's a prize pot of like £500, which will either be won by one person or split between whoever wins it. Johnny B. Good says 6 wins needed to guarantee Europa League. I wouldn't say it would guarantee Europa League, just because the 2 teams behind us are Liverpool and Spurs, and they're going to make it very tough for us. So make it, yeah. They're going to, and then are West Ham going to drop out? Are they going to drop out? I don't know. They've got a great home record. Mitchell, it is free. It's absolutely free. Toffee Picks will be free. Absolutely free. There's no reason why not to. There'll be more details next week, but there'll be no reason not to sign up for it. It's free. You don't have to do anything but play the game, and we'll be telling you next week. And honestly, there'll be serious money to be won. It's exciting. Yeah, the fan base is growing. Kevin says Pedwich games are winnable in the closing fixtures, in your opinion. Well, Villa twice, both winnable. Arsenal, winnable. Tottenham, we've already beaten them at home. City's the only one that you go, last game of the season. But who knows, last game of the season, they might be preparing for a Champions League final or something. I don't know. And we might have something on it more than they do. So, Aaron says, would you be happy with 7th? If we got 7th and it got us European football, I'd be happy. Genuinely happy. Yeah, random uploads. Yeah, I saw all the images of the Everton's ladies' ground, women's ground from last night. I think that's a stand that's getting built. I'm hoping that it looks worse than it actually is. It's not the big stand where they get changed and everything, because that's on the other side. But they have to do something because the fence, I think you can just lean in from the field, and they need to sort that out. That guy says, think people are relying on West Ham dropping out, but I reckon they're a good side. I do, mate. I think they've got been drilled really well. I don't see them dropping out at all. And it's going to be very difficult for us if we don't win the games that we should be winning, like today. We've got to win these games if we're going to stay in the European places. Paul says, do you think we can still squeak out the top 4 after Chelsea drawing? To get the top 4, I think we'd have to win like 8 games. Genuinely, I think we'd have to win 8 games. So, I'm not ruling it out. I'm just saying we'd have to. So, games like today are absolute have to win. There's no room for anything. Matthew Roscoe says a Europa Conference run would be boss. Yeah, let's get in the first Europa Conference and let's go and win it. Come on. What happens if Sheffield United get relegated and win the FA Cup, and we get top 7? Whoever finishes 7th, if the winners of the FA Cup are in the top 6, then or if Sheffield United get relegated, then the conference goes to 7th, I think. So I think there's only 2 Europa League spaces. They'll be 5th and 6th. If the cup competitions, it's Tottenham and Man City for the League Cup, isn't it? So, do you think we have a good chance to beat City in the cup? That's on Warzone. I don't think we've got a good chance. I think we've got a chance. I don't think it's a good chance, but I think it's a chance. Because I think anyone can beat anyone on the day. You need a bit of luck. You have to go out and play the best you can and hope a team like Man City doesn't play the best they can. But it's a chance. Of course it is. Mitchell says, travel restrictions are lifted and the world gets back to normal. Does Toffee TV have a budget for away game videos? Yeah, we have definitely. But it'll be difficult to get. Imagine how hard it'll be to get tickets for away games next season. European aways, definitely a bill for European aways, because I've done them in the past. The last one I did was Lyon. So definitely, I know we want to go back to Germany, and if we went to America, say, on tour, we'd love to do that as well. So, right, last couple of minutes, I'm gonna finish and get comfortable before this match kicks off. What do you think on Wilder leaving Sheffield United? There's been a lot of problems apparently at Sheffield United behind the scenes, so that's why he's leaving. A lot of big problems, but he's also spent the money really poorly. Austria away, yeah, somewhere like Austria away would be boss. It would really be boss to go somewhere like that. Johnny says need to be beating Villa at least once. Burnley, Palace, Brighton, Wolves, Sheffield United, and one of the others. But hopefully, Hammers will be back for early April. Yeah, I think this break's going to do us the world of good after the City game. I think it's really going to do us the world of good. Right, there you go. I'm gonna leave this now. In case you missed the team news, that's the team news. Pickford, Holgate, Keane, Godfrey, Dean, Alan Gomez, Davis, Iwobi, Richarlison, Calvert-Lewin. There you go. I'll be back after the match. Make sure to check that out. And I'll see you later. Goodbye.